Reese Witherspoon is literally the epitome of creating your own opportunities. She is someone that I'm obsessed with, and we're going to talk about it. When you think of Reese Witherspoon, you might think media mogul because of everything that she has accomplished with Hello Sunshine. That wasn't always the case. Reese started out as a child actor and model. She starred in films like Cruel Intentions in 1999, but her big breakthrough movie was, of course, iconic Legally Blonde in 2001, where she starred as Elle Woods. She then went on and she starred in a lot of major rom-com movies: Legally Blonde 2, Sweet Home Alabama, classic, and Walk the Line in 2006. Reese truly was having this huge moment. But then after that, there was a little bit of a lull. In 2010, she was quoted telling her husband that she felt like she wasn't booking the roles that she wanted and she wasn't seeing the types of roles that she wanted to be in either. In 2015, she gave a speech at the Glamour Woman of the Year Award, and I literally had this speech transcribed and saved since 2015 because I'm a nerd and also have been really fascinated about the topic of women ambition forever. But anyways, in that speech, she talked about how in 2010, 2012, around that time, she would go around to different studio heads and ask them what shows and films are in development with a female lead. And the studios would all tell her none. She literally said this quote. She said, "I would walk into meetings and ask, what are you developing for women?" And the answer was always nothing. And that just made me mad. And she decided that she was going to use her own money, take this big risk from just being this rom-com darling to create her own production company, which was called Pacific Standard. And that's when the whole idea of looking to books that were written by female authors, written about these dynamic female leads and turning them into movies came about. I still remember when Wild came out and then when Gone Girl came out, it took over the entire pop culture zeitgeist. Everyone was talking about it. But even when she was pitching Wild and Gone Girl, which have now become critical successes, commercial successes, studios were telling her, sorry, ma'am, we already have our female show of the year. We already have our female movie of the year, and we're only gonna make one. Female-led movies and shows don't really make a lot of money, so sorry. And hearing all those no's only made her more emboldened to be like, I am going to make this. She said in this interview with Fast Company, said, I wasn't going to sit around anymore waiting for my phone to ring. I had to take control of my career, my stories, my voice. So since then, Pacific Standard, which was her production company, has gone through a lot of different evolutions. It now has Hello Sunshine, which is this massive media company that she launched in 2016 that is dedicated to highlighting female-driven stories. She has created Big Little Lies, The Morning Show, Little Fires Everywhere, and the landscape around female-led stories has just drastically changed. But it's really crazy to think about how Hello Sunshine was born because of Reese, number one, not booking the roles she wanted, being in her 30s, and second, the fact that no one else was creating stories. It came out of a place of her not getting the opportunities.